It's time for the movie rating. Tonight's victim is director Anthony Kelly, that is currently doing Wolf Boy amongst other things. Hello.
How you doing, Mike?
Oh, craziness, man. So you got.
I know that feeling. You're just like,
oh yeah, dude. It's been super crazy like the last couple of weeks, man. I'm telling you, man. I can barely even just like sigh relief. I'm like. Not yet. So anyway, we've been focusing mainly on Wolf Boy. Is this your main project? Are you like directing? Are you wearing other hats with this project as well, or just mainly directing?
I'm directing. I'm going to be the lead role in it, and I'm also going to be in another film, 13 Fanboy. I'm going to be like a background character, but hey, that's something, you know. Yeah, it's my first film I'm ever making. First, it's going to be like a horror film, and it takes place in 1961. It's a homage to the classic Wolfman with Lon Chaney Jr., and it's going to be in black and white, and it's about this kid named James Johnson, played by me, who you know, his life is kind of crappy. You know, I don't want to say too much about it, but, you know, he gets bit by a wolf, and you know how the classic thing is. He was bitten by a wolf and lives to tell the tale, becomes a wolf himself, and I'm also going to be the Wolf Boy, makeup and all, do my own stunts. So it's going to be a pretty damn good film because I have the script all finished. We already shot a couple of scenes, and it's pretty good, man. Yeah, no official release date. Maybe next year, I'm thinking, probably.
Is this local? Is this everything being shot local, or are you like bouncing from place to place in the United States?
Everything's going to be shot local. It's going to be shot locally. Just different locations, but like in the same. I don't have that much money to make a film. And you got to like work on everyone's schedule too. Like for example, this person is busy with college that day, or this person's working a shift. So you kind of got to work it out. Shot a couple of scenes, met some great people, made some amazing friends, and it's pretty good. It's going. It's in the early stages. But once we get more scenes shot, currently working on a teaser trailer for it. I think it's going to be a pretty good film. I don't expect it to be like Hollywood. But hey, it's just a small film. I honestly just woke up one day and I said to myself, I want to make a film, and that's just what I'm doing. I haven't cut my hair in like 10 months for the wolf, as I can't just be bald and then have like all this prosthetics and hair in my face. I have to cut my hair for like.
Well, definitely, man, because that's the kind of motivation you should always keep on every time you start filming this film specifically every time, because once you keep that motivation going, it just becomes something small and it'll eventually become something bigger, or it could actually shape into something else that you might be doing in other projects.
I've actually kind of like the circle of people you've been interviewing. I'm trying to think, what was my first film that I watched that was like a small indie? The Love and Peace that we talked about. By Jonathan Holbrook. I saw that. The girl's name. The Love and Peace. Loutis? That's last name?
Sanaya Lutis?
Yeah. Lutis. Yeah. Sanaya Lutis. Yeah, it was that film. I started watching films, and I talked to all these people on Facebook, and it's like amazing for how many people have passion for making films and just doing what they love. Jules Priest, she's amazing, man. Jason Ford. There's just so many people that I've met because of this, Friday the 13th. Like, that's, Vengeance has really inspired me to make this film, honestly. I never really thought about making a film in my life, but after seeing all these people doing what they love, and it made me want to make my own film. Really thought about the reaction of the trailer, me reacting to the Vengeance trailer, and you see, how many times do you watch that?
Well, yeah, man. I mean, I think it's also pretty cool that the fact is, here's what was labeled as a fan film, but becomes a different inspiration for somebody else to inspire them to make their own film, and I think that's pretty cool. That's the kind of impact that we need in this world in terms of the film world. I mean, when you get that kind of inspiration, you decided to make your own work, and then and you get that reaction, even by accident. You're like, oh crap, someone else is already wanting to make their own film because of what they just watched, either from a trailer or that one scene, or maybe it could be a dialogue.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was that, the community. It was just I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Let me try something out. Let's see what I can bring to the table. And it's great. I've actually reached out, and Deborah Voorhees, who directing 13 Fanboy, she did like a pinch or something, and she said like looking for extras, like to play classmates, like I think Tracy Savage, or Debbie from Friday the 13th Part 3.
Well, that's pretty cool. How do you feel about playing that extra? And I mean, do you feel like this is gonna entice you to do a little bit more acting, or do you think this is gonna be something else that you want to do, or like even direct other films that related to this type of film?
No, that's the thing. I never really thought about that. You know, I mean, I think it's gonna be an awesome experience because I'm gonna meet other people, see how what work goes behind the scenes. Because I'm 18 years old, and everyone's shocked when they say, I'm 18. I feel like, you're 18? Like, what? You probably know I was 18, right?
Oh, yeah, but I think it's also amazing the fact that even though that you're at this age, that people recognize you as an adult rather than just say, okay, well, he's 18 years old, not take your work seriously. When
that's fine.
Yeah, they should always take your work seriously. I mean, because you know how teenagers like yourself. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, okay, he's crazy and can be foolish and this and that. But I mean, you could easily surprise everybody else what you do.
Honestly, I never thought about it. But growing up, I would love to watch. I'd turn a classic movies keep me on and I'd watch Frankenstein. And I love the castle and the lightning. And as a kid, that was. I mean, I kind of I watched 5 minutes, but after a while, I didn't get over the thing. I was really old and boring. But now I look at it, and I'm like, wow, this is really interesting. And, I don't know why horror always has this, because horror, I just like horror because of the monsters. It just seems so cool. I just like the way it looks. And so I think I always actually created a lot of characters growing up. I also have created a comedy show about, so I've always been writing characters and creating things, so that's in my niche. Probably will do down the road, who knows? I like voice acting, I can, go do a lot of weird noise and stuff like that, but horror and comedy probably. Romance, I don't think so. I doubt that. I don't know if I could do romance. I like films that are like Snowfalls with Jules coming up. I actually can't wait for that because it's going to be something about a PTSD veteran or something like that. And it's something that has meaning. You have a connection with the characters, and that's one of my favorite parts with movies. You have a connection with characters.
Yeah, that's really cool, man, and I'm definitely looking forward to see that too because I actually got drawn interest in terms of the story, and definitely I can already feel the suspense and a little bit of the terror into this type of a storyline. But do you think these new age films have a more influence toward teenagers from now, or do you think the old classics will still always be more inspiring compared to these newer, more released films and more polished films?
Are we talking about Friday the 13th, or are we talking about Frankenstein days? Which one are we talking about?
Between genres in general, it could be horror, it could be fantasy and so forth. Between what started it all back in the old days compared to what's being released now on a daily basis.
Oh, well, definitely, man. Yeah, I mean, Friday the 13th ends. I mean, it's based off the classic films from the 80s. I mean, lots of films have sometimes just the final bill. I mean, there was that and the Wolf Band, there was the final bill. And that was in 1941. And so I definitely, old films. But old films are inspiring me. I mean, I'm looking at a lot of old movies and looking to see which elements of it, the scenery. I'm gonna add some of my stuff to my own kind of ideas and mix it together. This film's gonna be more also of a psychological horror because you can see this boy is starting to go. He's going insane. He's losing his mind. People are saying that he's, turning into a wolf, and he doesn't even know what's happening. And, the realism, it starts to hit him, and it's just terrifying. And so I wanted to add something else. It's some action, but, it's not like an action film. It's not what people are expecting. It's not like a blood and guts terror film. It's more of, the horror instead of all the blood and guts. The real horror is, the psychological impact, the facial expression. That's what I usually use instead of all the, and, it's going to be practical effect. What's wrong with me? I didn't do these things. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. It's when it transforms, he's not there. It's a different person. It's like Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The wolf boy in this case is that evil side of us. And we all have our dark sides to us. How far do we actually go? And this dark side, this dark side torments James, and it's just driving him crazy, and he just goes into madness. And you can really see how that takes its toll. So it's definitely going to be a good film. You get a feel for the characters. It'll be pretty good.
Well, that's very cool, man. But back to Wolf Boy, when you mentioned that this is going to be in black and white, did you have any actual consideration about the film was going to be accepted by the public? I mean, when it comes to the type of the layout of the film, like you said, it's black and white and so forth. I mean, I think it's really cool because it's not too often that you see black and white films, especially going back to an old classic horror and being inspired by it, but putting your own spin on it.
Well, like what do I think? Did I choose that personally, or like was that? What do you think? The question is like, what do you think the public would think about it? Well, I know a lot of people who don't like black and white movies. Yeah, they just don't like black and white movies. I mean, my sister doesn't like black and white movies because it's just they're old. They're weird, you know, but there's lots of people, like lots of Facebook groups that, you know, they love black and white movies, and think, you know, everyone has their own thing, but I think, you know, probably might do like a colored version too, but it's going to be shot in black and white, and I'm not sure. Some people will love it, and some people will hate it, honestly, and well, if you don't like it, it's fine. I mean, I don't feel like I'm amazing, oh my gosh, I mean, this is just a simple film that maybe people will see, they'll like the plot instead of the color, you know, but people can be very picky if you like, you know, I just wanted to make a film for the heck of it, and you know, after this film is released, you know, I can smile and say to myself, you know what, I did something, you know, I had a goal, I worked hard, and I did it, and you know, you can do the same, you know.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely. And you have a big cast yet, or I mean, is it just you at the moment in terms of storyline and so forth?
Obviously, I actually was thinking of, I was actually talking to Jules. I want to know if she's actually very interested in being in it, so you never know, so cross my fingers, so that might happen. And Jason Brooks might be in it too, so it's not confirmed yet. I don't want to confirm it, but you know, it's coming along. There's a lot of surprises that I have. It's been hard, honestly. I'm not going to say any names here, but there have been people who have backed out on me because they said, "Oh, you know, you're that age. You know, I'm looking for someone professional, and I'm sorry, you know, nothing against you." And it's been hard to find some cast members, but you know, I've had my luck, and I've found some people. You know, the age. I never knew that age was such an important thing, you know.
Oh, definitely. When it comes to that point, when you are 18 years old or even earlier age, it does, because there's a lot of things involved. There's like liabilities. I mean, it's not really exactly a personal thing. It's the fact is, when you're working within the industry, or at least starting your film or whatever, yeah, people are going to look at that age and like, and to them, they probably don't want to take the risk because, you know, of the age difference, and the fact is that because they want to get their money as well, they want to get paid for this project. You want to get some money out of this, but unfortunately, that's where it all comes down to, that from the actor or whoever that is that you're trying to work with that isn't a friend, they're like, oh, okay, but well, you know, what's your references? They also want to know what your reference is. Like, have you worked with other people? I mean, there's so many factors involved with that regards to your age. It does suck. At the same time, I mean, you still got that creative freedom. That's the best part of it. You still have that creative freedom. Financially, probably not so much in terms of how you want the film done. Yeah, I mean, you can probably start a Kickstarter in a way. I'm not sure if there's an age restriction on that yet, but I mean, you could try that if you, or other mediums, try to get your project thing going. I
tried a Kickstarter, but I have to try it again because the people, I did, you know, kicking back their money back and everything, but I did a Kickstarter and on Indiegogo, and like they messaged me saying that you didn't complete, you know, your information or something, and I messaged them back saying like, what do you mean? And I didn't reply, and then the funds were all taken. So, but now that you know, there's actually some footage and pictures and actual like I'm gonna make a teaser trailer, so hopefully I'm gonna be launching another one, so it'll be more.
When it comes to these other projects, I mean, you also mentioned that you're trying to do some voice acting in between. I mean, is this after this project, or are you going to be doing in between type of jobs, or at least try to?
I've actually been talking, you know, people have told me that all the time. They're like, Anthony, after, you know, the Wolf Boy, what are you going to do? You know, you do more acting? And the thing is, I'll be honest with you, Mike, I don't really know what I want to do with my life. You know, it sounds funny, but at the same time, I don't know, honestly. I mean, maybe I'll go into voice acting, but I'm just really going with the flow here, honestly. I mean, I always had a talent for entertaining, and lots of people see that, and, you know, maybe I'll do something on the side, like acting on the side. But the thing is, you know, I just, at the end of the day, whatever makes, you know, whatever makes me happy, you know. I mean, there's so many things I want to do. Like, I actually want to, like, be a doctor. I want to try to actually, like, you know, work on, there's so many opportunities, man. It's great. But acting is something I definitely always want to have, because, like, people say I'm just, like, a natural goofball, so I just kind of embrace that, I guess. Acting, yeah, that's always something that I'll keep on the side. So voice acting, I'll probably, I don't know, even if it's like a horror film or something, I mean, I'll try my best to make like a background appearance or something, you know, because I like film. I like being involved. And
you don't have to make it like it's a bad thing in terms of like trying to figure out what you want to do in life. I mean, you're still at this age to where you're kind of figuring out what you want, maybe finding out who you want to be, and just doing stuff that you like doing, just having fun with it, like Wolf Boy. You just want to do. You want to make this film, no problem, and definitely sounds like it's already a blast already. But and then you're not sure what you want to do later, which is fine. No one's going to hate you for it or nothing like that. Maybe you want to do some more acting or other related projects, or maybe you want to do something completely non-film related. I mean, that's okay too, because it's something that you want to do. There's nobody going to force you. Only you can do what you want to do. But go ahead and plug in any websites or anything that will put. If you have anything for Wolf Boy or anything that you want to add to that, any websites or anything related to that.
There's an article that was made by Universal Monsters. I could send you the link to that because it's a link. It's like, there's no official into that. So yeah, as I say, giving more insight about the film. A guy named Steven, great guy, asked me if he could talk to me about the film, and I kind of just answered a little bit about it. But now that it's June, there's a lot more going on with the film, so I have more answers for you.
Okay, everybody, there you have it. That is Anthony Kelly.
Yes, that's